everyone. So the purpose of today's video is to show you how to create a pivot table. Um, the new version of Apex eventually can do a lot more things automatically than the older versions. So while I was preparing for today's lecture, I found many videos online. Just so you know, some of them they're no longer relevant. So the version that you see here is the same version that I showed in class. I'm gonna show you from the same project that I've been showing you all this time. This is still the project table with project status and project ID. So what I want to do here is I want to click on create a page, and I'm just gonna use a traditional interactive report. So from here you can name it. I will be naming this as generic as possible. You should name this very specifically regarding your situation. I will grade you based on the quality of your report. So then you can click on next. Navigation here is again optional depending on where you want to place it. This is completely up to you. On the next table here, so far I've been using table all the way through, so I have never showed a SQL query. We can do something very specific for what exactly you want to see. So for instance, in my the screen that you see here is my sample projects. In the sample projects here, I've shown you this table over and over again. So for right now, I just want to see ID. I want to see budget. I also want to see the person, the name. So ID, name, budget, and also created by. So let me write those down here. You should in class I've showed you several different possibilities of the query. So you should name your tables correspondingly. So again, that's name, budget, and also created by. Created by is a whole word, so I'm gonna copy this before I forget about it. So now I'm going back here. I want to say select ID, name, budget, created by, from. So the name of the table is rather complex. So let me copy this as well. One more time, you can design the query according to what you want to see here. So when you are finished, it's probably a good idea for you to verify. As you can see here, mine says validation is successful. This is a very, very simple query. For your report, your query could be more complex depending on the nature of your report. Mine's really simple. Mine should not be nearly as the quality of your query. So I'm going to click on create. Once you click on create, you will be able to see a traditional sort of a table, like so. So this will be showing you the ID and also the project's name, the budget, and also created by. All of these are obviously created by me. So at this point of time, if you click on actions on top, you will see some options here. So filter, data, format, you can change that. So one of those options here is called a pivot. So you can click on that. So now your options are pretty wide. So there's the name of the column, the row columns, and as well as the functions you want to see. You can once again be quite creative in terms of the columns. So I want the columns to be displaying, the name of the project, right? So the row columns here, I want to display the budget. Function will be sum. So actually, row columns, I want to see the name. You can still change this later on, so it's not a big deal. If you make a mistake, you can always come back and change it. So column here, I want to say average of budget. Label will be average of budget. Format mask, you can choose some of the options here. So I'm going to choose the, the traditional dollar sign. So, and then I'm going to unselect the sum here. You can play around and see what is your best option here. So do you see that on the rows that you see the ID, columns that you see the name of the project, so for each one here, do you see there's also a budget? My table may not be the best option, so you can play around, right? So make sure you have something that's nice for your project. So that's how you create a pivot table. You can also play around. If you change your mind, you can just click on edit, this edit button right here. Click on that and change to be, based on your own purpose. You can, if you change your mind, you can also do other sort of things, right? So make sure it fits your purpose also. Mine's a very simple selection here. You can even select other options, like maybe minimum, maximum, and so on and so forth. Um, that's all from this presentation. Thank you for listening.